Welcome to We Learn, Virtual Learning Network. Today we'll study about the need for political theory. So let's study about political ideas and ideologies. The topics. Now, what is political theory? Political theory is one of the core areas in political science. It's one of the very important areas to be covered in political science. It's only in recent times that it has emerged as an academic discipline. Earlier, those who engaged in this enterprise styled themselves as philosophers or scientists. From ancient Greece to the present, the history of political theory has dealt with fundamental and perennial ideas of political science. So, पहले के ज़माने में जो लोग फिलोसोफर्स या साइंटिस्ट होते थे सिर्फ वही अपने आप को पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी से रिलेट कर पाते थे. बट फ्रॉम एंशिएंट ग्रीस टू द प्रेजेंट नाउ पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी हैज़ डेल्ट विद लॉट ऑफ इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग्स. पहले से लेके अब तक पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी ने बहुत सारे इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रिंसिपल्स को टच किया है और बहुत सारे इम्पॉर्टेंट प्रॉब्लम्स को सॉल्व किया है. सो लेट्स सी व्हाट इज इट. Political theory and other interrelated terms. A distinction can be made between political theory and similar terms such as political science, political philosophy, and political ideology, though many treat them interchangeably. But the differentiation between political theory and political science arises because of the general shift in intellectual perceptions brought about by modern science. Political theory and political science. Political science is a subject which is taught in schools as well as in colleges and higher institutions, whereas political theory is a sub-part, that is a topic which is covered in political science. Political theory and other interrelated terms. Political science, which is a subject, has tried to provide plausible generalizations and laws about politics and political behavior. Political theory reflects upon political phenomenon, processes and institutions and on actual political behavior. Political theory के अंदर political behavior लोगों का, political phenomenon और process अलग अलग institutions and other philosophical चीज़ों को cover किया जाता है. It considers the question of the best political order, which is a part of a larger and a more fundamental question, namely the ideal form of life that a human being ought to lead within a larger community. So basically, political theory के अंदर एक political order and how a human being should live within a community, within a larger life, ये बताया जाता है. In the process of answering immediate and local questions, it addresses perennial issues, means very important issues, which is why a study of the classical texts form an important component of the discipline. क्लासिकल टेक्स्ट का पढ़ना बहुत ज़रूरी हो जाता है पॉलिटिकल साइंस और पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी को स्टडी करना. अ क्लासिक इन पॉलिटिकल थ्योरी हैज़ द एसेंशियल इंग्रेडिएंट्स ऑफ अ ग्रेट लिटरेरी वर्क which in spite of its local setting deals with the perennial problems of life and society. It contains the quintessence of eternal knowledge and is an inheritance not only of a culture, place, people or time but of the entire humankind. Political theory में सभी तरह की चीज़ें, for example culture, place, people, time, literary work, सारी चीज़ें क्लासिकल टेक्स्ट को भी कवर किया जाता है. Specific political theories cannot be considered as the correct or final understanding of an event. किसी भी political theory को सही या गलत नहीं बल्कि एक इंसान या किसी के सोच या व्यू को express किया जाता है. Political philosophy provides general answers to questions such as what is justice, concepts of right, the distinction between is and ought, and the larger issues of politics. Political philosophy में justice क्या है, concepts क्या है, सही या फिर सही होने के, ये cover किया जाता है. Political thought is the thought of the whole community that includes the writings and speeches of the articulate sections such as professional politicians, political commentators, society reformers and ordinary persons of a community. Political thought के अंदर professional politicians का behavior, political commentators का, society reformers का और ordinary persons का behavior और thought process पढ़ा जाता है. Political theory, unlike thought, refers to speculation by a single individual, usually articulated in treatises as models of explanation. Political ideology is a systematic and all-embracing doctrine which attempts to give a complete and universally applicable theory of human nature and society along with a detailed program of attaining it. Political ideology में human nature कई तरह से कवर की जाती है. Political theory is dispassionate and disinterested. ये किसी भी तरह से किसी भी इंसान से अटैच नहीं की जाती है. As a science, it describes political reality without trying to pass judgment. किसी के ऊपर judgment ना pass करके सिर्फ political reality में इस cover किया जाता है. The political dimension of political theory concerns itself with form, nature, organization of state or government. Political theory में government, state और organization और एक individual citizen की community के साथ relationship को भी cover किया जाता है. Though interlinked, the political is treated as a specific area distinct and different from the other spheres like economy and culture. The history of political thought. Courses in political theory offer a detailed and elaborate study of books or particular political philosophers. A lot of political philosophers are covered, from Plato to contemporary times from a historical perspective. These books are studied for their normative statements about the desirability of certain types of institutions and laws which are usually accompanied by rational arguments. As a technique of analysis, Aristotle's remarks that the individual is a political animal indicates the primacy of politics and the fact that political thinking takes place at various levels in a variety of ways. Political thinking takes place in a variety of ways in all human beings, whether we are attached or not attached to the system. The political in such a view not only becomes all-pervasive but the highest kind of activity. Politics symbolizes a collective public life wherein people create institutions that regulate their common life. Politics is simple a combination of government, state and other political activities wherein people create institutions in political society which regulate their life. As a conceptual clarification, political theory helps to understand the concepts and terms used in a political argument and analysis, like the meaning of freedom, equality, democracy, justice and rights. Political theory also covers some very interesting concepts. For example, what is freedom? Is it, all-pervasive concept? Freedom is something which is given to everyone and which should be given to everyone. That is our birthright. But our freedom ends when the other person's freedom starts. Means we should not interfere with any other person's freedom. Equality, when people are considered equal before law. Democracy means every person has a right to vote and every person has a right to express themselves in a free manner. Justice means fair and equal treatment given to all. Rights means people have the right, they have the right to exercise themselves in a proper manner. They have the right to express themselves and to vote. These terms are not only frequently used in daily conversation but also in political theory discourse. So whenever we teach these subjects, these terms come often. As formal model building, this perception is particularly popular in the United States. It considers political theory as an exercise in devising formal models of political processes similar to the ones in theoretical economy. These models serve two purposes. First, they are explanatory, offering systematically the factors on which political processes are based. Second, they are normative, for they try to show the consequences that accrue from following a certain rule. They also tell you the consequences of a particular action. As theoretical political science, the emergence of political science in the 20th century has led some political scientists to look upon political theory as a mere theoretical branch of the discipline. An attempt is made to integrate empirical observations with a systematic explanation of one's everyday experiences in the world. An attempt is made so that political theory as a discipline is combined on a day-to-day basis with political science. So, importance of key theoretical concepts. A reader getting introduced to political theory for the first time may think it's sufficient to study the institutions rather than abstract concepts in order to understand the character and nature of society. For example, a reader first reads the different concepts, for example, freedom, justice, equality, and other concepts. Is political theory dead? In the middle of 20th century, many observers readily wrote an obituary of political theory. Some spoke of its decline, some said that it's dead, others proclaimed its death. One referred to political theory as being in the doghouse. In the past, theory was a vehicle there whereby articulate and intelligent individuals conveyed their thoughts on an actual direction of affairs and offered for serious consideration some ideas about the desirable course of events. In the past, theory was a vehicle whereby people could express themselves, and whereas some people said that political theory is dead. Again, these are different views said by different people. Revival of political theory. Strauss, who is a political thinker, reaffirms the importance of classical political theory to remedy the crisis of the modern times. He does not agree with the proposition that all political theory is ideological in nature, mirroring a given socio-economic interest, for most political thinkers are motivated by the possibility of discerning the principles of the right order in social existence. He says that concepts should be studied in accordance with the society and in accordance with the system. Means the concepts which we study in political science can be applied in our day-to-day life as well. A political philosopher has to be primarily interested in truth. Past philosophies are studied with an eye on coherence and consistency. Again, the truth parameter has to be kept in mind. Recent developments. Since the 70s, political theory has revived largely due to the efforts of Habermas, Nozick and Rawls. These are some of the famous political philosophers. The themes that figure prominently since its revival are broadly social justice and welfare rights theory within a deontological perspective, utilitarianism, democratic theory and pluralism, feminism, postmodernism, new social movements and civil society, and the liberalism communitarian debate. So recent developments. Again, this unprecedented lease of life that political theory has revived or received is restricted to the academia, and as a result it's a kind of alienated politics, an enterprise carried on at some distance from the activities to which it refers. It should not be alienated only to academics and only to studies, but the concepts of political theory and political life should be applied and should be studied in our day-to-day life as well. That's very important. Again, it is not just a part of politics, it's a part of the entire community. These are some of the things which you have to do it yourself. Discuss the revival of political theory, means how political theory is revived or how political theory can be revived. You can take some of the examples of political thinkers which we have discussed, and you have to discuss any two usages of political theory. Again, what do you consider why political theory is important? Give us any two usages. Thank you. Happy learning, we learning.